and vice versa.
Okay, so I've replaced the fuse assembly and the plug assembly. Second time for the fuse assembly. Only connected one of the handsets that I think is good, so the pump will pump, but I've eliminated the other two in case one of those two was the problem. So I had another little problem with a blown handset. Little workaround. Second handset doesn't seem to be leaking. So I've got two handsets not leaking. Now I can get it to, I'm going to power on. So I got it running, no leaks. And here we go. Second switch. Pop the fuse. Okay. So right back to where I started before I blew the last fuse, the actual fuse assembly. I've got power to the unit. I've got the DC power or AC/DC power converter, power supply disconnected, hooked to my test well leads, to my tester, which says 245 volts, and I'm in first position switch, so I'm presuming that the DC supply is good since there's only in and out. But I'm going to switch to second position and see if by chance that blows, which I don't think it will. Nope, it did not. So next step. So I've got power supply hooked back up, or power to the power supply. I've got it disconnected up here at the laser control. I'm going to test across the presumable low voltage side. Can you read that number? Close enough to read that number?
Yep.
9.2 volts. Checked under no load, 9.2 volts still. So upon exposing the power supply, I see that the label says 9 volt DC power supply, so it's within tolerance. On to the next part. Okay, so I've eliminated the handsets by using the single handset, then these two handsets. They appear to be okay. I disconnected the DC power supply, which apparently feeds the pump motor down below, and the pump, and reconnected it, and the pump works. So I've traced all the wires. The line voltage to this controller, and the power that comes to the DC supply. The low voltage side only appears to run the pump, which is working fine. After chasing the wires, what I have left is I've got the power disconnected, 220, 240, to this controller, and I don't get a pop. Everything else appears to be okay to this point, and I'm not sure how to diagnose the controller, this device, or the cap in the back behind the low voltage supply. I need advice on the next steps to test. Left is I've got